So I'm going to show you how to tell a grifter or a scammer apart from a real artist on Twitter or X. You'll notice here I made a post earlier that says finding art style that's like love at first sight and wanting to get a commission, but the artist turns out to be using Gen AI. It's actually so annoying. And right down here you'll notice this comment. Normally I ignore these, but I looked at this person's profile page and I noticed that someone else had commissioned them. So just as a real artist, I feel like it's my due diligence to point this out, but I really feel like I wanted to go into a little bit more of an explanation and show you guys how to do your own research and how to properly identify these scammers and these grifters. So if you'll notice, if you go to this person's page, everything looks pretty basic, pretty simple. There's no immediate signs. You can't really tell if this person is a grifter or not just from how their profile looks. It's set up just like any other normal artist's art. That's something that you want to keep in mind. They do their best to replicate how normal people have their Twitter accounts set up. You'll notice over here, they have their age, their pronouns, they have no AI in the description of their bio. They have their Discord for contact purposes. Normally people don't do this. Normally people don't put their Discord right up here because they don't want to get scammers into their DMs on Discord. So already this is kind of a red flag, so keep that in mind. Now if you'll go down here, they have commissions pinned in their top post on their profile. This might look totally normal to you and might not show any red flags at all. But if you'll notice, go to their media page, they have an extremely varying degree of skill level portrayed in all of these art pieces here. Sometimes it's not like this. Sometimes it just looks kind of like this. Now, this isn't a red flag on its own. Everyone has different skill levels. This in particular is an extremely detailed piece, but you'll notice that this is a commission of a scroll down over here on their normal profile. This is the commissioner. So they paid for this. Unfortunately, the problem with this is that they have other pieces of art that just really don't align with the quality of this piece compared to, say, the quality of these that they've posted in a reply to someone else who seems to be looking for figures. This is very strange. This is most likely stolen. This may or may not be stolen. I can only assume that they actually drew this, which shows what their actual skill level is. You'll notice over here they have some live 2D work. This is not rigged. I know that this looks rigged for someone who doesn't really know VTuber models too well. This is animated by AI. This is not actually a live 2D model. This model does not exist. This may or may not be stolen artwork. I know that this is hard for some people to be able to tell the differences in, but you'll notice here with this head movement is very strange. Models in live 2D don't move like this. This is not multiple parts moving on an image. This is not animated. This is frame by frame is generated for this picture here. You might find it hard to tell, but if you've ever seen like that motion smoothing or that motion blur effect that a lot of like TikTok videos have, like TikTok edited videos of anime, music videos and stuff that people put together, you'll notice that the animation in those videos are a lot smoother. It's because they use this motion smoothing effect between frames, which generates frames between each other to make motion like a lot more fluid. AI kind of does that. So if you'll notice, this is very reminiscent to that. This is because there's no frames that it's generating in between. It's just putting it where it thinks that it should go and then generating the frames in between them. So that's why it looks strange. These hands over here, they're really weird. Look, you'll notice that this hand moved and there's no detail over here. There's no detail in this hand. They're not like symmetrical at all. Normally live 2D models, everything is symmetrical from the art down to the movements because it's all mirrored with each other. This is not. These are not even same. The details are off with these. They're off down over here. There's just very strange design elements all thrown together into here. This belt looks very AI generated over here. Yeah, she looks like she may have been generated off of like Musume characters. Anyway, that's how you can tell usually when live 2D is fake. Another thing is there's a lot of stolen art here. Not only is there a lot of AI generated art here in this person's profile, which this is very obviously AI generated. You see these a lot on places like Etsy. Etsy has a lot of AI generated PNG tuber models. They all kind of have this really similar style. There's loss of detail in the clothes going on over here. The expressions are pretty basic. They're copy and pasted and just blended onto the face and stuff most of the time from other images that the person generated. She doesn't even have her lipstick anymore in this one, so I'm not sure what's going on there. She has lipstick here, and then she has lipstick magically gone in all of the other ones. This is straight up, I don't even know where this is from. It has a watermark down here from what I assume is the original artist, who is not this person, and this is 2020. But this is obviously AI generated. This was probably generated at a time when a lot of these AI pictures still contained watermarks from artwork that they stole. But you can see this, it's extremely low res. So this is probably like, this might be from 2021, 2022. But either way, this one over here, this is AI generated. You can see the Ghibli yellow filter, or whatever it was that they were calling it, going around, where everything had that like weird yellow tint to it. This contains those elements. It's very strange. It's giving very like uncanny valley kind of vibes. Now this piece over here, this is what really got my attention, is I looked at this and I could tell that this was stolen because this isn't AI generated, or at least this doesn't look like it's AI generated. It might be, but it's too symmetrical. It's far too symmetrical, and normally AI really struggles with symmetry, so immediately this feels like it could be real art to me, but I know that there's something that's a little bit off with it. This Cookie Run fan is being solicited by this grifter, this scammer, and they quoted this person $130 for this. For this, they quoted $130. This person rightfully says that's a bit pricey, and then ceases to reply. This is from February 16th. This is not that long ago. And they're still here and they're still doing it, and they haven't been banned yet. A lot of times what you can do, and I'm going to show you this right now, right, is you can go to Google a lot of times, and you can hit the little picture button over here, search by image. You copy and paste that in here. Now, this is where you need to be a little bit more diligent with your research when you're researching scammers and grifters, or anyone else that you're not sure if they're using AI or not. Nothing shows up for this. Nothing shows up at all. Not even remotely similar. There's like a few Cookie Run Kingdom like OCs in the bunch over here, but other than that, there's nothing, which implies that, you know, this probably still isn't AI generated, but this is obviously stolen because this is too good, which makes me feel like this picture is probably color changed, was my first instinct. Is like, okay, I couldn't find it through reverse image search. That doesn't mean it's still not stolen. It means that this picture has been edited slightly. So if you don't know how to do like a color correction, you can pretty much go into any free art software. You can go find like free art software. Krita is a free art software, and it's extremely easy to use if you just want a quick little thing. If you don't know how to do like filters and everything, or you can ask a friend to do it for you who's more inclined into art. Do whatever you feel like you have to do. So this is what I did, is I come into here. For me personally, I noticed the motifs are star-like. So I go, okay, well maybe this character is more like night themed, right? So I put a blue filter over it first, a night themed character. And then I come back into here and I redo the search. Now with this new picture, and the first thing that comes up is the original artwork that this is stolen from, and it is right here. It was edited, so this probably passed through a couple hands, I can only assume, before it got to the point that it was on this person's profile. This is most likely the original piece. I'm not sure, and I can't confirm, but the only thing that I can confirm for sure is that it is stolen art. So that's another, you know, mark off of the bingo board. This person is a scammer. This person uses AI. So that's the worst part of this, is this person is taking commissions and is charging for a very large amount. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom here, and this is the funniest part for me personally, this is the funniest part, is this is their post, right? This is their intro post. First of all, their username is not even spelled the same way that they have it typed over here. And you'll notice there's another picture. This is another solicitation for some other type of artwork. Now, the thing that was really funny to me, there's a different version of this picture that they posted somewhere else. And if you'll notice in the little bottom corner over here, it's got the little Gemini icon, which means that this was AI generated, and they are soliciting people using AI generated art. So yeah. Oh, here's another one. This is the funniest thing. They have this perfume cologne ad, something that they're applying to another person with. It's just very strange. There's a lot of profiles out there that are like this. These people are all part of the same network together. They operate in groups. They all move as a single unit. There's like dozens upon dozens of people who all work for one single group, and they just go around scamming people, tracing artwork, inconsistent portfolios, stolen artwork, AI generated artwork. This one was extremely easy to tell. Emotes are another one of those things. I noticed they have emotes here. Usually emotes are almost always stolen, always traced from pre-existing ones. And if you reverse image search a lot of the emotes that these people do, you can usually find the original ones that they stole from. I hope that this was helpful and that some of you learned something who don't normally have an eye for this kind of thing. I hope I helped explain a little bit. And I hope I help provide you some useful tools that you can use to identify AI generated artwork or scammers on this website. Oh, and I almost forgot to say, if you want to support a real artist who makes real art and actual real models, you can go follow me on Twitter or on Blue Sky and look at my cool stuff there that I have. Okay, bye bye.